Welcome back to LORNMOR. Today you join me on the big back deck of the attic. That's right, the album is named after our apartment. Tour to come. Today we're discussing another one of my favorites, and that's Tales. This is the song that taught me how to mix music, basically. At least to the level that I mixed this album, which is to say, pretty amateurishly. I think it was the perfect song to just fiddle with recording and tweaking and production just because it's so darn short. You can run through it many times in a row and not get too tired. I'm very grateful to this song. Let's dive into the lyrics. I wrote 27 words for this song, so needless to say we have a lot to talk about, you and I.
Heads or tails, don't make me choose.
The exploration of my introversion from the previous track, bleeds over into this song where I'm kind of asking, do I prefer humans or pets? In this case, my pet, our little poofball, wherever she's gone. Where is the fuzzy? This one. Right? That's you. She has these scabs on her chin that we're taking her to the vet for in a couple days. Can you show them your scabs? Okay, just want to provide you a quick update on the scabs. She's fine. It just seems to be feline acne, which could be like seasonal allergies or just something she was exposed to that was kind of just causing some irritation. I got sent home with these wipes, which they didn't tell me, but I got charged 55 bucks for them, so that's cool. Look at that beautiful cat. She just woke up, so she's kind of grumpy. She also always hates being picked up, but she'll get paid. Okay, here, stay on the desk. Get your treats. Come here. She ran away. I'm paying you. This is your payment. Enjoy your treats.
I love them both like my shoes.
The answer to the question of the previous line doesn't really matter. I love our poofball, and I also love being able to have coherent conversations with my favorite humans. I need both forms of social bonding, like I need both of my shoes.
Head out soon. Don't make me move.
For this verse, we're jumping into the little skull of Lucia. A handful of times a year we have to extract her to go to the vet, or because we have to go visit family. We usually have to pretend like everything's fine, we're not going anywhere, but she almost always figures it out. She usually hides under the bed and it becomes a whole thing to get her out. The neighbor's AC came on. It's like not even 20 degrees out today. You don't need the air on.
Shut the fuck up!
An alternate meaning to this verse could be about me and my difficulty in calling it a night. I've never liked staying up late, but at social events I've always struggled to be the one to leave early.
I got really fucking drunk last night. Smoked a bunch of dope till 5 in the morning. Ended up passing out in the sewer pipe.
I've gotten much better at this and have had many more pre-midnight bedtimes in the past year because of it.
I'll go when I want to.
The voice of Haley returns, but this time it's from a different video essay that she did about
a music genre called Vaporwave. Vaporwave artists take these slow, meaningless soundtracks and alter them by adding heavy reverb, pitching them up or down. Here's an example of Vaporwave.
Now, if you don't know who Haley is, I encourage you to go check out the past 5 years. You'll learn all about who Haley is and why. She's very important to me.
Promise and hope, while they are alive in the future which didn't deliver.
I chose to include this particular excerpt from the essay because it's pretty profound. While they are alive in a future that didn't deliver. Ooh, it's heat! Straight heat!
It's like watching a movie you've already seen.
I just love the way she delivered these lines. Future's bright for that kid. Okay, while we're out here, I'm gonna give you a quick garden tour. The Attic Garden 2024. So we've got our 2 cherry tomato plants here, which despite our best efforts have kind of become vines. We've had so much rain this year. They've just grown so much. We've gotten so much fruit from this already, and there's so much more to come. Parsley, dill, lettuce. These are our 2 basil pots, which I just massacred yesterday because I made a shit ton of pesto. This is a good part of yesterday's batch. There's a liter and then there's also a jar. The basil plants have been working very hard this year. Fennel for fronds, catnip, cat grass. Lucia loves to mow her lawn. Begonias? Black-eyed Susans of some kind, I think. Herbs, many zinnias. And these flowers, which I call drinkable, because they look like they're colored like some tasty pop. Also have a question for any gardeners out there. We have these little freakies growing off the side. Gotta focus, you fuck.
They're aerial roots.
Oh, really? Okay, thanks. Let's stop being so connected with nature and growing our own food, and let's jump onto the computer. One acoustic guitar right in the middle there, it looks like, at the start. 2 EQs, actually. Why is that? I added an extra little band in the mids. I spent a lot of time obsessing over this song as I was learning what sound essentially was, so must have made just a ton of little silly tweaks there.
Heads or tails.
As we did with Bleed, we have some lower and some higher vocals in the intro here. So this sounded super messed up. I love it. I think it's just because I messed with the pitch. As you can see up here, it's pitched +12. Those 2 extra guys are still playing there. They kind of pan around a little bit. So you can follow over here. See where these guys are? That shows you which direction the sound is pointed in. Let's do that one more time. Okay, so then drum and bass join in here. We get a second acoustic guitar. Classic stuff. Drums here. Looks like we got kind of 2 snares playing on top of each other here. Our main snare. Sounds like that. Every couple hits, you get this extra little reverby guy on the bottom. You can see right here they're playing together, but not there. Together sound like... There you go. Love that little super clean, super tight kick. It's a sound like without the EQ. It just sounds kind of cheaper without it, so there you go. Good job, bud. Bass. This bass is much the same as it has been in all the other previous songs. I love the way the bass sits with the drums here. The take sounds very timid though. I sound really scared. How could I forget about the lead? Straight into the DI for that lead.
Head out soon.
These vocals here, we got 2 normal takes.
Head out soon.
And then 2 higher ones on top. That octaves trick, the same one from Bleed.
Don't make me
Yeah, I really like the way they sit all together in the mix, all 4 of those. They sound really tight. I was playing with the de-esser, which remember takes the sibilants and clamps it down. It was hitting it in an awkward way, so I actually went in and brought them down manually with the gain tool. So if I just make this normal,
soon.
come here, babies.
Soon.
Pretty loud.
Don't make me.
Got little boops here in the drums too. Of course, how could I forget?
I want to.
Effort to allow listeners to
Haley's back with the video essay as described.
while they are alive in the future, which didn't deliver.
Went ham on the distortion with this and even pitched it down just a little bit so her voice sounds a little bit lower. Played a little bit with the panning.
It's like watching a movie you've already seen.
Underneath that, we have these little guys. So that's a bunch of noise. To give you some context, let's hear that with everything else.
Watching a movie you've already seen.
So those little swishies you hear rocking around in the background, that's these guys. Man, I'm fucking tired.
Hello?
Those noises were achieved with my Akai MIDI mix. It's a MIDI controller, so I took a sample of Lucia purring. As you can see on the file, it says Lucia purr sample. And I messed with it, set them to each parameter, so how long the delay is, how loud it is. So you got a bunch of knobs here, you can do a bunch of fun stuff. So that's what I did. All right. So you can see how many different little edits I made. There's a bunch of little spots that I just couldn't get to sit nicely, so I was changing the volume of those. Here we are at the outro, okay. We get some claps come in here. Yeah, we got several of them, so one's kind of over here, one's over here, just a lot of clap coming at you. We got a bunch of stuff going on with the lead guitar. We got this guy walking in. What is going on with you? This whole thing here is just a harmony of this exact take. Yeah, so I just took the recording of the main lead, distorted the hell of it, messed with the pitch. So those little, those sounds are just the pitch getting cranked up and then cranked back down. And then all these fun noises, same thing with the MIDI mix, just took the delay and just messed with it. Let's see if it's all in here. Oh, it is! Oh, look at all that. Oh, that's awesome. All the different lines there on the screen, those are all the different little just tweaks I made. So the feedback, the flutter rate, the flutter intensity, the LFO rate, the LFO intensity, and most importantly, the delay time.
That has a terrible ending, but this time you're hoping for a different outcome.
And of course, Haley comes back there. Ah. Now that, what the hell is that? Okay, here we are with what she's saying in the outro.
But this time you're hoping for a different outcome.
So that's what you hear. And then, that's what we get as the after effect. With the flex time from an earlier video, you put a marker down and stretch the time. So if it's after the marker, that bit's gonna get compressed. What we hear there is what's being compressed. So let's delete what's being compressed and let's hear what she's saying.
This is a result of greed and manipulation from corporations that lied to us in order to generate sales.
Whoa, fucking spit those facts, lady. Okay, I think that just about covers it for Tales. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything so far, please put them down below. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. I'm very tired. Okay, stop recording.
Vaporwave artists use symbols from this era in a nostalgic effort to allow listeners to revisit this past of promise and hope while they are alive in the future which didn't deliver. It's like watching a movie you've already seen that has a terrible ending, but this time you're hoping for a different outcome.